Hey friends, it's your boy SVH coming at you with today's bowl of Saki by Hazrat for September 6, 2024. Happy is he who does good to others. Miserable is he who expects good from others. Ain't that the truth? Happy is he who does good to others. Miserable is he who expects good from others. And I'm going to just jump right into some commentary from Murshid here because this is a lot of really good stuff in here. To what does the love of God lead? It leads to that peace and stillness which can be seen in the life of the tree, which bears fruit and flowers for others and expects no returns, not even thanks in return. It serves and cares for nothing else, not even for appreciation. That is the attribute of the godly. Man's greatest enemy is his ego, which manifests itself in selfishness. Even in his doing good, in his kind actions, selfishness is sometimes at work. When he does good with the thought that one day it may return to him and that he may share in the good, he sells his pearls for a price. A kind action, a thought of sympathy, of generosity, is too precious to trade with. One should give, and while giving, close the eyes. Man should remember to do every little action, every little kindness, every act of generosity with his whole heart, without the desire of getting anything in return, making a trade out of it. The satisfaction must be in doing it and in nothing else. It is said that if someone asks you to go with him 1 mile, you should go with him 2 miles. That means if someone makes use of our services, let us not think, why should I, such an important person, serve another, give my time to another? Let us give our services more liberally than we are asked to do. Let us give service, give our time, but when the time for receiving comes, do not let us expect to receive anything. Let us not expect our friend to be as we are to him. That will never be possible. We must then practice renunciation. We must practice virtue because we like it. Do good because we like it, and not for any return. Accept no kindness or appreciation. If we do, it will become a trade. This is the right way for the world in general, and the only way of becoming happy. The principal teaching of Sufism is that the heart of man is the shrine of God. To recognize God in one's own heart, to feel his existence, presence, virtue, goodness, all manner of beauty. It must be remembered that the whole life around us is a life of falsehood. The more you see and experience, the more you see how very false it is, how much disillusionment there is. The only way of getting over it is to light the lamp in the darkness of night, and all will be cleared. The secret of life is this: to produce beauty in ourselves. When beauty is produced in the heart, then all that breaks the heart vanishes, and the whole universe becomes one single vision of the sublimity of God. So Murshid speaks here mainly about giving from a generous heart without the thought of anything in return. Giving freely of ourself, of our services, of our time and our energy, our love, our light, without really thinking about any return, right? And this is really the best way to live. This is really the freest way to live, right? Because you just become a good person, you just are a good soul, and you just give of yourself freely as much as possible. And you hope that by shining your light on another, that they will, it illuminates a glow within them that makes them, kind of lights the spark in them, ignites the spark that they might light themselves up to their fullest potential and spread their light to someone else just the same way, and inspire someone else to light their lamp. So this is really the key to really making the world a better place, as Murshid says here. There are some maybe exceptions to the rule, if you want to say it that way. when it comes to like work, okay, Murshid says here, that we should do everything with the wholeness of our heart without the desire of getting anything in return, making a trade out of it. Obviously, when you go to work, most people anyway, I mean, there are some very fortunate souls that get to do what they love and get to get out there and do something, and it doesn't really feel like work so much, right? You're just giving your time and energy to something that you really enjoy, and you are fortunate enough to make a living from it. But in many cases, people go to a job, a 9 to 5, or something that maybe they're not so satisfied with, or it doesn't bring the same kind of joy and peace. They're not giving of themselves completely to their purpose or sense of purpose in life. It's more so a means to an end. You're taking the job because you've got to work and you got to make money and things like that. And so here you do make a trade out of it. You work hard to get reciprocated with pay and things like that. And if you give too much of yourself without thinking of anything in return, then you end up getting taken advantage of in many cases, right? And then that's when everybody comes to you and takes advantage of you and puts extra workload on you and burns you out, right? It gets you to a place of burnout and dissatisfaction and even depression, right? So I think that would be one of the exceptions to the rule here in modern times. I'm sure 100 years ago in Murshid's age, vocations and jobs were really more aligned with what people wanted to do or what their family lineage drew them to, or things like that. Where today it's chasing the almighty dollar, right? And it's like, what can I do to make the most money, or what can I do to just make money out of necessity, right? And there's not a whole lot of in between area. So, yeah, that would be one just little thought that I have about this. But yeah, I love here that Mercer says the principal teaching of Sufism is that the heart of man is the shrine of God, and that's really a big core of the teaching of Sufism. If God is anywhere, wouldn't you find him in the heart of man? And the idea is that we are created in God's image, and if we really uplift God and praise God and have faith in God continuously, then that's something that lives in the shrine of our heart, and it becomes the shrine of God. It becomes a place where God lives and is real and has presence in our very soul, our very being. So, yeah, just a lot of great thoughts here. I could keep drawing from this one, but yeah, just a couple thoughts on today's bowl of Saki, and I will be back again tomorrow with another. Have a great night.